Let's go back to the Final Cut Pro HD dropdown and select User Preferences. You should see a window with 6 tabs, starting with the General tab and ending with the Audio Outputs tab. For the sake of this course, we're not going to really get into what these various tabs are, but it's good to have a look through them. The more you edit, the more you'll feel comfortable with going into the User Preferences and making changes based on how you like to edit. The User Preferences window is a fairly self-explanatory window, and for now, let's go ahead and simply adjust 2 little areas that I always find helpful. Let's highlight, then change the levels of undo. The levels of undo is what allows you to go backward in your editing. If you make a mistake or 2, or 20, you can always undo your way out. I like to have at least 40 levels of undo, but feel free to put a different number, just keeping in mind that the more you allow, the greater the demands on your available RAM. In the same tab, you'll find an area called Autosave Vault. Autosaving allows Final Cut Pro to save a separate copy of your project so that if you really mess up or lose your project file or your computer crashes just before you'd saved about a zillion changes, all will not be lost. One can simply retrieve and open up the last autosave file for the project. It's up to you how often you'd like your autosave to run, but generally I find every 30 minutes or so is good. If something happens, I won't have lost too much of my editing, and at the same time I won't become annoyed at the autosave window, which will pop up every time it stops to run the autosave function. After you've taken a little time to just look through all of the User Preferences tabs, simply click OK to get out of the window. If perhaps you mistakenly changed something that you didn't intend to, you can always hit the Cancel button and essentially escape out of the window with no harm done.